Let's see. So you asked about performance. Here's a graphics demo. All right, so live rendering 3D. Right. This is all HTML and JavaScript. So much better performance than people would expect from HTML and JavaScript. So the rendering technology, the performance is really improved.
Is there more kind of practical ones? Practical means for jobs or for scheduling or yes, some kind of.
Well, so here are all of the settings. This is the device settings. Right. So and again, all HTML. So the interesting thing about this. So for example, I showed you the phone dialer, right? Right, so here's the traditional dialer used to dial a phone, but this is all HTML. So if you're building a native app, you would create your app, and if you wanted to interact with the dialer, you would have to call the native dialer API, pass in a phone number, and then that native dialer experience would take over. But in this case, it's all HTML. So I don't have to call out to the dialer if I want my application to be able to dial a phone, because it's all HTML and JavaScript. In terms of hardware interaction, so this is the camera. Okay. But again, all through the HTML5 device API. The high-end devices, so 500 to 700 euros, are fairly well saturated in North America and in Europe, but there's lots of the world where emerging markets, people don't have 600 euros to pay for a phone. Right. So the BootToGecko operating system will run very well on a lower-powered phone, 600 megahertz. Wow. So that means that they can get much less expensive hardware. It's all free open source, so there are no licensing costs, no patent considerations. And so, for example, Telefonica expects to be shipping BootToGecko phones for under 100 euro later this year. And I personally, I'm expecting that once handset manufacturers have tooled up, carriers will be able to start delivering phones at close to zero price, especially if they become ad funded. So because it's also all HTML5, the carriers and the handset manufacturers can add their own customization very easily. Any web developer can do it. So they can start to add ways to offset even the cost of the hardware to drive the price as close to zero as possible.